So the first 90 minutes under your management done and dusted, what did you make of the game and your team's performance today?
It was a good game. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. They're a good team. They moved the ball around well. First half was a wrestle for the ball, and I think they just edged it in terms of possession. And we had to adapt slightly. When we did put our foot on the ball and do what I was asking, we caused them a few problems and we were able to pin them back a little bit. But it wasn't enough in the first half for me. We didn't do that enough. We get into a spare player and then they get excited because they've got time and space and they do something like look at me, and it's like, you don't need to do that. Keep the ball moving, keep their shape moving. And we didn't do that enough in the first half. And second half, I thought we did that really, really well. We got the ball from side to side, moved their shape around, moved their diamond around, and as the game went on, gaps were appearing and we were getting into some really good, dangerous areas, and we just couldn't quite find that killer touch in and around the box. I mean, we've had a lot of chances today. We've had a lot of chances, more so in the first half on transition and counter-attacking, which I was pleased with because we worked on that earlier in the week. And then in the second half, it was more probably in possession based that we created those chances. So again, something we worked on. So yeah, no, overall, nobody was injured. Everyone got through, clean sheet, never lost a game, which is always important. And for a first pre-season game, could it be a lot better? Yeah, of course. But like I said, it's time and patience. That's the first game. And I think we started to see some sort of identity from us in the way we want to play and still carry a threat, which was important.
So there's a few trialists about, and Alfie Wilks from our academy. What did you make of the youngsters that were given 45 minutes today?
Yeah, they did really well, really, really well. What I can say is nobody really looked out of place today, which is a credit to them. Alfie, coming from the academy, has trained with us and he's done well. His attitude's spot on. And I think he actually showed people what he could do today. I think people were a bit surprised, but I wasn't, because I know he's a good player. Lots to learn. He's still frustrating me. He's taking too many touches, but when he does play on 1 and 2 touch, he's difficult to play against. And he got a lot of the ball today, so I was really pleased. He showed a lot of bravery. He didn't play with fear, which is good. But other young players did really, really well. Really, really well. You know, I think Joe, second half, made a really, really good save. It was a fantastic save to keep the game at 0-0. And I thought Jimmy did really well down the right-hand side as well. He got into some good areas and caused problems. So yeah, no, really pleased with him.
So another one on Tuesday, quick turnaround as we get back into it. Are we likely to see 22 players used again and just trying to build on what we saw today?
Yeah, well, I'll see. I'll speak to the staff. We'll have a look at the game back on the VO. We will look at how people are feeling. Obviously, people like Aaron, that's been out for a long time, we need to trust him and see where I'm sure he'll want to play. But yeah, we've got to manage those bits, and we'll look at that ahead of Tuesday. The maximum you'll see is 22. May see less. I'm not sure yet. We'll come to that. But it'll be another good game, another tough game. And yeah, it's just about building, doing a little bit more of what we've discussed today and worked on through the week. And you know, my feedback to them today was quite clear and concise, and just to give them some clarity on what we're looking at. So they've got to take that on board, take the information on, and just edge forward. A little bit more fitness, a little bit better, you know, in the final third with the quality we need to score goals. But I thought defensively, yeah, we were good.
Just to lead on from that bit that you mentioned at the end, what would be one positive thing that you want to see again, and one thing you probably want to see that's a little bit different going into the Worcester Raiders game?
I think, in particular in the second half, was finding the spare player from the back. You know, we didn't have to go long too much, and we were able to play through and around them, and we got both wide wing backs, full backs into good areas, and I think they did really, really well in that. So I'd like to see that again, getting us into good areas and playing our way through the pitch, which is part of the identity. And I'd like to see us being more clinical on the counter-attack. I think that's the main. I think we turned the ball over really, really well and at times we were breaking 3v2, 3v3, and we didn't really quite find those solutions that we need to win games. Now, that could have been fitness, being the first game, that might be timings, triggers, it could be anything, a little bit of quality, an extra touch here and there. But we've got 4 or 5 weeks to get those things right. But there was enough in there today to go. It's exciting because there's some really, really talented lads, and when we start getting more minutes into their legs and they get sharper and they get fitter and they get stronger and they get used to each other, and you start putting out your main 9, 10, 11, then we'll be in a much better place. But yeah, generally really pleased with the first game, but we could be better.
Just to mention, 2 missed out today, although they were here, Max Martin and Morgan Owen. They're out with an injury. Are they likely to be back soon? What's the update on them?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Both fantastic players, and you're looking forward to getting them back with us training and playing. But we're not in a rush. Like, we've got to make sure they're ready to go for the season and not rushing back into play so we can get them out quicker. It's important that when they do come back, they're ready to play for the rest of the season. So probably 2 weeks would be a fair time to expect them to on the pitch.